What's up, guys? SyntheticDivision here. I wanted to do my review of the Solo Satoshi Bitaxe Gamma 602. So, first and foremost, I don't know what the difference between a 601 and a 602 is. I did a little bit of research, and it just seems like build quality is the deal. Um, so yeah, that's about all I know about that. I'd always start these videos with talking about packaging, thermals, board quality, in no particular order, but I like to start out with packaging because I think it's important. I mean, these are our investments, whether that you consider this a hobby or you're trying to get the big one. This is still an investment, so it might be a inexpensive investment, but nonetheless it is. So let's talk about that first. Let's go ahead and get into packaging, and we'll go over the rest of it in here in a second. So let's kick this off to the side. We'll just set it right up there and put that over there. Excuse my clearing my throat. I have been head cold and sick all week long. This is the box that I got two Solo Satoshis in, the Gamma 602s. I got two power supplies and then two stands. This is the only part that I want to ding Solo Satoshi for. I was not a big fan of the packaging. Like I said, I've personally purchased probably, I think I'm up to 13 Bitaxes now. Bunch of them you haven't seen yet, so don't want to spoil too much there. But this is the most, it's not poorly packaged. It's packaged well in here. But this was the only one that didn't come in a safer package, I should say. Only two. This is just the box. It had everything in there. Invoice, some stickers, which are awesome. I don't know if everybody likes stickers, but I do. But yeah, it's a little bit subpar on the packaging there. As you can see, I mean, it took hits and shipping. See right there, bowed up there. So, I mean, these are investments to us. So packaging could have been a little bit better. Again, I'm not going to ding them too hard for packaging because it is what it is. But I think that's the only part I'm going to really hit them hard on. So, other than that, I was happy. Mine showed up safely, no damage, so I'm glad there. Let's go ahead and just move on to the board quality and quality of the build. So, from my understanding, the 602, that's what separates it from the 601, is the build quality. Now, I am completely happy with this build quality. It looks good. I don't see any janky solders. I did run it under my microscope, and I've been thinking about adding that to my videos too, where I look at all the components, but maybe hit me up in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. I do have a pretty cool digital microscope, so, but yeah, it looks good. It's got a toolless design on the heatsink. You just pop that little pin down and obviously squeeze the tops, and you can pop the heatsinks out. Decent fan. It's not too loud. The heatsink is called the Darkhorse heatsink. It's an upgraded heatsink. It's got a high fin density with anodized coating, but it's also bare aluminum underneath, which is fantastic. So it gives you that room you need for some thermals, you know. All the barrel jack and the USB-C ports are on correctly. I do have an AliExpress one where the barrel jack is slightly turned when they soldered it. So just a weird alignment issue, you know. The screen is removable and does not soldered, which is awesome, guys. I can't stress that enough. If you break one of these screens, you want to be able to replace it really easy. And Solo Satoshi actually sells all the replacement parts for it, so it's fantastic. It comes in this little tiny cradle right here, which is great. That way, if you're changing that, like I said, it just keeps that screen from moving around a lot, which is fantastic. I was able to place heat sinks just fine, no problem. Again, sorry for the clearing my throat, guys. I've been really sick. Overall, fantastic build quality, guys. Like I'm happy with them. Their little stand is pretty neat. It's not. I mean, obviously it's a basic stand, but it's not too crazy. You can just take this and set your Bitaxe right in there, and it'll. Well, if I flip it over, it'd probably be better. You can do this right here. You just snap it in place, and then you can just slide it right into the stand, and it works. It's great. It holds on. It ain't going nowhere. I'm not too worried about it if I shake it or anything like that. It's pretty good. It doesn't look one of those generic horseshoe-shaped ones, which I just don't like. I think those kind of look terrible. Oh, man. But Yeah, no, it's decent quality. I'm happy with the stand. I don't use the stands because I'm using these avoid bit track pods for my bit axes. I have a whole rack ready to rock and roll with these, so you can just pop that out of there. We'll put it back on there for now because that's where it's going to be. That's going to be its home. Um, let's talk a little bit about the company. Did a little bit of research on them. Went over their website. I follow them over on X and on Facebook. I like this company. This is a U.S. based company for us guys in the U.S. This is an ideal candidate for buying your bit axes and stuff like that from. These guys, their support team is top notch. Some of the best I've seen. Um, of course, my experience is very small with this kind of stuff, but the fact that they'll chat with you on the Facebook groups and they're active in their community and they have guides on their website to overclocking and power supplies, and they have a blog where they talk about that stuff. Fantastic, guys. I can't stress that enough. That's so awesome. I understand they have a podcast as well on YouTube. So I like the fact that they're active in their community. They're not just some company with a name that they just you buy the product and that's it. These do have a 90-day warranty. And yeah, their support group, their support team seems to be on top of their game. So 2 thumbs up for that. That's pretty awesome. My plans in the future with this are pretty simple. We're going to overclock it and we're just going to go from there. So if we talk about thermals a little bit, these ones ran a little warmer than the rest that I have. Maybe 1 to 4 degrees Celsius higher. Even with heat sinks, they ran a little warmer. Not sure why. I have not replaced the thermal paste, and I don't plan to. I plan to let them run for probably 3 months, and then I'm going to do some videos on my full services of these. But I want to. This is an out of the box experience, guys. Like, I want to give you the full. You pull it out, you set it up, you put it on a stand or whatever you're planning to do, and you just let it go. So I will be overclocking, and so I've been watching some of their guides, looking at some of their guides on their main page for these. They do have a full breakdown of kind of your stepping up as you're going overclocking, which is, again, these guys are literally encouraging you to try to overclock these things. That's fantastic. Now, I don't know the full details of their warranty, but I imagine it might cover the overclocking, but I'm not sure. Don't take me for my word on that. I'm not sure. But I plan to overclock, and we'll keep catching videos of this. But I wanted to throw this video out here just as my 30 days in review, because I am officially 30 days in with these Solo Satoshis, and I'm pretty happy with them. Again, aside from the slight thermal, not issues, just slightly warmer thermals, they've been really good. Now, you might have been wondering, what am I putting on there? Well, I put on a YJack. This is for the avoid bit pod, because these will have the jetpack on the back. So the jetpack just goes on there like that, and then you've got a fan pointing right at the VRs with an exit down to here. So kind of cool. Check out avoid bit if you're looking at those. But that's it, guys. Solo Satoshi, you got a win for me. Aside from the packaging, I think it's a pretty decent product. It's US based, so for us guys in the US, you can get your products pretty decently. These guys sell out all the time, so if they end up selling out, if you're looking for them, just make sure you do your email subscription, and they'll notify you when they're in stock. I'm not sponsored by this company. They're fantastic, though, and I would like to a word to Solo Satoshi from good old SyntheticDivision here. Bring back your older models if you can. I'd really like to buy one and try it out. I know it's not the latest and greatest device, but I'm here for the sport, man. I'm not here for the money or the hash power. I want to test the evolution to this, if that, you know what I mean, like the 200 gigahash or 500 gigahash or 600 gigahash versions. I see a listing for them on your page, but they're always out of stock. I would like to see those if come back. But again, I understand when you're moving forward in technology, you kind of got to phase out the old stuff. But anyways, guys, I'm SyntheticDivision. Thank you for getting me to 80 subs. I'm super stoked about that. Keep following along. I'm going to have more videos about this stuff like this. Comment, like, subscribe if you like this stuff. If you have any questions, I'm going to leave links to the hardware in my description so you can click on it and go right to this page and buy one. I am not an affiliate link. I am not a sponsor, so you'll just go buy one. I recommend this company. So, anyways, guys, peace out.